Hi guys, it's Drea. Today I have for you a get ready with me. Basically, I want to try out a whole bunch of new stuff that I've recently purchased. A lot of this is from my American makeup slash Ulta haul that I did recently, and I figured I would use a lot of these things for the first time with you guys. And I purchased a few things since then too, so I'm just throwing them all in here. Let's start out with foundation. I bought a lot of new foundation lately, and I can't test all of it on camera because you guys would get sick of that many foundation videos. And one of them is this Model's Own Runway foundation. It says right on it, matte and oil free. This is in the shade Bisque 02. That's what the actual box looks like. I'm also going to be trying out these sponges. This is from Equate, so in Walmart. These are the color correcting blender sponge set. So there's 3 different types. There's this big daddy, and then there's 2 little ones, and these are a different color and a different, they're made of something different. Like these 2 are much softer and not as dense as this. This one is like very dense. Like when I push down on it, I can feel it wanting to bounce back up, like it wants to come back. So this is not the same feel as like a beauty blender, whereas these 2 are much softer and just kind of nicer feeling. I'm really excited to try these 2, especially the shapes. I really am interested in this one here, and then you've also got this little kind of teardrop shaped one. It's actually pretty fat on this side, and then it's got kind of the flat end. So both of these I think will be really good for like under the eye, around the nose, but I'm gonna try all 3 of them. Let me know what you think of this idea. I want to do a video probably in a couple weeks, which will just be like a roundup of all the foundations that I have tried over the last couple of months, because there's been a lot. I bought a lot of foundation recently, and I thought it might be good to just kind of bring you updates, because some of it I'm using in first impressions, and then some of it is just like I'm just using on my own behind the scenes. So let me know if you would like to see that. Wow, yeah, this is very hard. And look at that already. How much product it just picked up just initially touching it down. Okay, couple things. This sponge is garbage. I had to bust out my L'Oreal sponge. This one is just head and shoulders better than this one. This picked up so much product, but it also was not blending it out. And even with the worst beauty blender, I've never seen a beauty blender leave a streaky finish before, and this one was just like streaks all over my face. So I just went in with this after and smoothed everything out. So I think this is just like, no way, Jose. I don't know what I think about this. It like almost instantly dried down to definitely a matte kind of powdery finish. Like it's not sticky on my face at all, but it's definitely one of those foundations that's kind of like a moussey texture that kind of is thicker, definitely thicker. I could see this getting a lot of cake. I think a beauty blender sponge type thing is probably the best bet. I mean, I haven't tried it with a brush yet, but just in terms of shearing it out, because when you have something that thick, like I could see it really caking up easily. It's definitely medium coverage. I could still see freckles. I could still see a few veins popping out. So it's not even like totally full coverage. It's definitely medium, but I don't want to even try building it up today because I don't want to end up with cake face. But I don't know if I said, but I did prime with my Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer just in my kind of porous areas on my face. Moving on, I'm just going to conceal with my regular kind of combo of corrector and concealer. I don't have anything new to try. Everything I'm using today will be listed in the description bar below, including stuff that I'm not really talking about. But just so you know, everything that's on my face is always listed down below. One thing I am going to be using though that's new is what I'm going to be using to set my under eye after I conceal. And we'll get to that in a second, but it's this from Becca. It's the Soft Light Blurring Powder in Pink Haze. Now, when I was in Sephora and I saw this, instantly I touched it, swatched it, and I was like, that would probably make a great under eye setting powder. This one here is a pink powder, and when I swatched this in the store, you can definitely see it's pink, but it's got this intense brightening effect. right there. I think you can see that, right? Like, and I instantly thought, okay, that's going to be good for under the eye. Okay, let's do one eye at a time because I want to try out both of these sponges. So I'm just using Tarte Shape Tape. If you know the consistency of it, it's kind of thick, it's very full coverage, and it dries pretty quickly. So I'm only going to do one eye at a time. Let's start with this little guy here. I've really been using a lot of mini sponges under my eye lately. I've been testing a couple of them for you guys. And I think it's a really great way to really get that product right where you want it, especially in the inner corner where sometimes a lot of us can have a lot of creasing. So that was pretty good. So I can get right up there in there with this, with this little corner here. And then if there's any issues blending out the edges, you can just turn it around and use kind of the fat butt of it. And I think that did a really good job. It looks really kind of smoothed out. It did pick up some product, but that's okay. I love how this feels. Like, this one is so different than this orangey one here. The set, I can't remember what I paid for it. I think it was like $6.50 though. And you get 2 of these and 1 of these and the big one. So if these 2 are both awesome, I think that would probably still be worth it just to pick it up for the little guys. This one still is nice and kind of soft like the other mini one, but because this pointed side of it, and I do pointed because it's still pretty round, like it reminds me of the peach butt, you know, like the way a peach looks, that little kind of barely pointed end on it, but it's very fat. That's what this is, and it kind of doesn't really fit right up in here as well as this one. So out of all the sponges in this set, this one is by far my favorite. Okay, so let's use some of this Becca powder now. I don't want to overdo it, and I don't want to have any flashback or anything. I don't know if this has flashback or not, so we shall see. When I look really up close in my mirror, it kind of does look pink. Like, it kind of looks very pink, and I tried not to use too much. It's not really giving me what I was hoping for, which was kind of like a light brightness. Instead, I'm seeing quite a bit of pink. But at the same time, I think kind of in the darkest area, it could kind of act a little bit like a color corrector on its own. Okay, so you guys, I was just kind of thinking about this powder and what was their intention when making it. And so I went on Sephora, and it does say right in the description that it helps brighten the appearance of under eye darkness while it sets makeup. It also talks about blurring and all that kind of stuff, but it talks specifically about brightening the darkness under the eyes. It's kind of hard for me to tell you if I see the brightness under my eye, because all I'm seeing when I look really close up is that pink hue that it has. Like, on my skin tone, it just shows up as like kind of a pink powder really up close. Like, from back here, about an arm's length from my mirror, I don't see it, but when I get really up close, I do kind of see that pinkness right in here. So I'm gonna have to experiment with the amount that I use and maybe different concealers, and then I will definitely report back in the future. So I did my brows and I have primed my eyes, and I am going to be using this. This is from NYX. It's the Ultimate Shadow Palette in Warm Neutrals. Reason I picked this up is because I kept seeing pictures of this going around the internet, Instagram, as being a dupe for the new Naked Heat palette. Now, I don't own the Naked Heat palette, so I cannot tell you for sure if that is true, but I thought it would be worth kind of giving a shot to this and trying it out and just seeing how it works. I will admit I'm not the biggest fan of NYX shadows. I haven't tried a ton, but the ones that I have tried, I have not been overly impressed with. So hopefully this will be a different story. Let's start out, I guess maybe with this shade right here. It looks like it's going to be kind of a nice matte transition shade. I'm going to go into this shade now, which looks like it's a little bit darker of a matte shade, and I'm going to put that directly in the crease. There is very little kind of fallout when I'm tapping my brush into it. There's just a tiny bit that it kicks back, but not bad at all. I'm gonna go into this kind of nice warm reddish tone here, and I'm gonna use that on the outer corner. I'm gonna go into this kind of metallic taupey rosy shade, and I'm gonna put that all over the rest of my lid. You guys, this is not some like revolutionary eye look. It's very kind of step by step, but that's kind of how I like to test out a lot of palettes when I'm starting with them. If we can do like a nice basic eye with it, then we can kind of get a little bit more complicated after that. But if it performs well with something like this, then it'll probably be pretty good for not better looks, but like, you know, more elaborate looks. There's absolutely no fallout on my face at all. I am actually pretty impressed with this. It's blending out really, really easy. Like all the colors are blending really well together, but they're not losing any of their kind of unique properties. Like it's not muddying up, if that makes sense. So I am pretty satisfied with this for now. I'm just gonna take a little bit of this shade right here and just use that as my brow bone highlight. I'm going to take the same brush that I was using for the darkest color and just take whatever the excess is and just run that under my lower lash line. Maybelline just came out with a bunch of new colored liners. This is called the Master Precise Ink Metallic, and this one is in the shade Stellar Sand, which is number 560. It looked like kind of a bronzy taupe shade, if that's even a thing. Bronze and taupe are different colors. Oh, okay, that is kind of very kind of disappointing, but let me shake it. Maybe I should shake it first. Okay, yeah, that's definitely a little bit better. So let's try this out. It's got a very pointed tip on it, so hopefully that should be okay for doing a little bit of a wing with it. So my battery died while I was putting on these lashes. Hopefully you saw enough to get an idea of what they look like. I actually think they are really, really pretty. I'm really liking them so far. So next step is bronzer. I'm really excited to try this out. This is the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Blends in number 30 Sunkissed. I have heard so many good things. I have now pinched myself though, like 3 times, just trying to open this. I don't know what it is about this packaging. It's like, I don't know where to put my fingers to open it, and I pinched myself 3 times. Okay, let's not try to go too overboard to start with. I'm trying to just tap in all 4 of the different colors at the same time to get a good blend. Bronzer is not my forte, you guys. Sometimes it ends up looking really muddy on me, and I'm not great at blending bronzer. It's definitely something I struggle with. So for me, because I struggle with it so much, I definitely like to have something that's a little bit lighter, that's buildable. This is pretty pigmented to start out with. I feel like I have quite a bit on my forehead. Let's just try to blend it out a little bit with a brush that has nothing on it. Because my neck is always like 4 shades lighter than my face, I always bronze my neck up. I know people match their foundation to their neck, but for me, my face is always way darker than my neck. And so I just prefer to bronze my neck instead of matching my foundation to my neck, if that makes sense. Okay, not bad, not bad. I think I like it. And I have a blush here. This is from Makeup Revolution. This is one of their Vivid Baked blushes. This is called Make Love Instead. These baked blushes always seem to have a little bit of sheen to them, and this one is no exception. Really kind of pretty mauve-y pink shade. I also like the fact that with these blushes, I feel like you can't go overboard on the first go around at least. Like maybe if you built it up enough you could, but I like that you don't put down, you know, a huge amount and it looks like a clown right off the bat. And then for highlight, I know I am very late to the game. This is Gilded Honey by Laura Geller, and I just got this in my Ulta trip because I don't know, Laura Geller hates Canadians or something, but there's no Laura Geller anywhere in Canada. So let's just try this. This brush that I'm using, I should say, this is the Wayne Goss 02, and this really diffuses highlight. Like, it's not gonna give you that bang of a highlight that another kind of more dense brush might. This will just give you kind of a soft diffused highlight. And the only reason I'm even using that brush is because my other ones are kind of dirty and I don't want to change the color by using one of them. So let me just, every once in a while, do you ever do this? I'll just take a little on my finger and just gently pat it if I want to get a little bit more intensity. And then you can blend it out a little bit more if you got too much. Last step before I do lips, I'm going to do my setting spray first because I'm going to do 3 different lip options. So this is from Hard Candy. This is the 12-hour brightening setting spray. It says on it it's skin brightening, and when I bought this, that was the whole reason I bought it, because I need to know what skin brightening setting spray is. Like, is this just going to be like a MAC Fix Plus, which isn't really brightening, it's more just kind of dewy, you know what I mean? So I don't really know what they mean by skin brightening. So on the back, it says it's a brightening setting spray that weightlessly balances and tones skin and helps lock in makeup for all day wear. Formula contains rose water and vitamin C to give you a brighter, healthier looking appearance. So that makes sense. Vitamin C is supposed to be brightening. I just don't know that you're gonna get that on one application. Maybe over time with enough vitamin C, you could get a brightening effect, but we'll check it out, we'll see. I actually really like the packaging of this. I like the pink cap, I like the pink and black, I like the kind of, I don't know, I like the text on it. So I love Hard Candy setting spray, the Fast and Fabulous one and the Sheer Envy one. They both have a really nice sprayer on them. Let's see if this one is the same. Yeah, it seems to be pretty much the same. Definitely smells like rose. So if you hate rose smell, don't get it. But it actually smells like a real rose, not like really fake rose. So let's try it out. Okay, definitely dewifying. Is that even a word? It is now. I definitely feel like that did something to make my skin look extremely glowy, which I guess is brightening, I guess. I don't know. So far though, I like it. I like it a lot. And I bought a lot of lip products lately, so why show you one when I can show you 3? So I've got 3 different options here. Let's start out with this. This is from Milani. It's the Amore Matte Lip Cream, and this is in the shade 39 Pretty. This is not a new product, but it's new to me. I've never seen this in Milani in Canada. We can get Milani some places, but it's very limited supply. This smells amazing. Straight up buttercream frosting. Okay, this is now dry on my lips. It is, yeah, pretty much transfer proof. I love the way this feels. This feels amazing. How come these are so hard to get in Canada? Like, this feels so good. It makes me want to, I don't know, how am I gonna get my hands on more? I need more of these. They're so comfortable. And this color is gorgeous. So I love the way this lip option looks because I feel like the kind of warm pink eyes with the, I'm now thinking it's kind of more of a grayish taupe liner. It's just kind of that soft look. Like, I love gray and pink together, like in fashion and stuff. So in makeup, it all kind of all comes together too. So I'm really liking this lip option with it, but let's try out a couple more. This is one of the new Anastasia matte lipsticks. This is in the shade Plumeria. This packaging is so nice. I really, really, really love it. And it's just kind of this deep, I don't know, deep purple basically. These have a lot of drag to them. Like, I think you can see it's not just gliding across my lips. Like, it's actually kind of difficult to work with. Okay, here's the look with Plumeria. I really like this color. I just don't know that it works with this look all that well. Let me know what you think. I feel like this, obviously it's a matte lipstick, so it's not transfer proof at all. But when I touch my lips together, like there's absolutely no glide, no slip at all. So it is a nice matte lipstick. I have not worn this before, so I don't know how long wearing it is, but just by the feel of it, I feel like this is gonna be super long wearing. So this last one is the Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick from L'Oreal's Infallible line, and this one is in the shade Plum Bum. This is a really, really deep plum, deep purple, kind of brownish purple. I feel like it's kind of making my teeth look a little gray. So I don't know about that. I'll have to decide how I feel and kind of look back on camera and see if I like it. This stuff takes so long to dry down. When you first apply it, it's got a nice pointed tip, so it's actually very easy to do this precisely. I didn't use any lip liner at all, and it feels really plush and velvety when you first apply it. It's not that thin liquid lipstick consistency, it's a very thick liquid lipstick consistency, but it takes so long to dry down. Like, my lips are still sticking together a little bit. I've already had this on for at least 5 minutes, and it's not transferring, but it's still very like sticky, like, you know, see that? It does take a long time, so you need to be very patient. And I have a feeling that there's gonna be a lot of people out there that are going to love this color for fall. Like, I love this color and I love the way it looks with the eyeshadow look, but I just don't know about the whole teeth situation. That's the only unknown. Okay, let's just give a quick rundown of all the products and my first impression. This is a definite no. I'm not even gonna try this again. I already know this thing is just complete crap. But these are really good, especially this little baby right here. Like, honestly, I would spend $6 just on this. I wish that I could get like 4 of them for $6. But I think this is awesome. Perfect shape, feels amazing. This one is okay. It's not my favorite, but it's still usable and still good. The more I've been looking at my skin as I've been filming, the more I've been liking the way this is looking on me. So yes, it is kind of dry, but it's not settling into any pores. Like, a lot of foundations will do that on me. If they're drying, they will kind of settle into little dots up here or in here, and this one is not doing this. Obviously, I will give you guys a complete follow-up in the future, but for now, I have a feeling that this is going to be really good for me. I'm liking it a lot. I like the finish. It is only a medium coverage. I don't know if you can build it up, but I will experiment with it. And then this Becca powder. I don't know, man. Like, I think my under eye looks pretty good right now. So for now, I'm gonna say this is pretty good. I'm not seeing as much of the pink anymore as I was like before I put on the rest of my makeup. I do feel like my under eye is a little bit brighter than normal, and there's definitely no creasing. I know I didn't say that before, but there's no creasing at all. Completely smooth, and I didn't bake with it like you saw. I just set my under eye with it, and so far so good. So the NYX eyeshadow palette, I think I was a little bit surprised by how well they blended and how much I liked it just kind of off the bat. This is not the most amazing eyeshadow look ever. I will experiment more with it. And I don't know if it's a dupe for the Naked Heat. Like I said, Google the pictures if you want to see the swatches side by side. But if you cannot afford the Naked Heat, or you're just like out nakeded out because there's so many of them and you don't want to try it, this might be a good alternative for you. The Master Precise Metallic Ink from Maybelline. So once I shook it up perfectly well, like, you need to shake it first. You can hear there's a ball in there for a reason. I am actually really liking this. Like, this is not an everyday eyeliner look, but it's a nice option for something different. And if you don't want to step that far out of the box, I actually thought it would be kind of cool to go over top it just slightly with a black wing, maybe a little bit of a smaller black wing, and it could kind of be more of an accent wing. I think that could make it a little bit more wearable, but I really like this shade next to pink eyeshadow. I think it is a really cool look. These Makeup Revolution Vivid Baked Blushes, these are really, really good. This is the second one I've used and I really like it. This is to die for. It measures up to all the hype. I mean, look at this. I can't stop looking at my cheeks, by the way. I know I didn't say anything, but I'm saying it now. I can't stop looking at my highlight now. It's amazing. And this Neutrogena bronzer, in real life, I'm looking at my skin and I like the way my bronzer looks. Sometimes it looks a little bit harsher on camera. I don't know if that's because of my lighting, so I don't know how it's gonna look to you guys, but so far I like it quite a bit. As for the Hard Candy Sheer Envy Brightening Spray, I like the way it smells, I like the way it feels. I like the dewy look that it's giving me. I don't know about the brightening effect. That will have to kind of evaluate over time. When it comes to lip options, please let me know what your favorite was. That's why I kind of like giving 3 options, because it's fun to see what everybody's favorite is too. And you can see a look with kind of 3 very different options for lips. So this is a huge win. Smells amazing, feels amazing, looks amazing. I need to get my hands on way more of these. This I really like the shade of, just not with this look, but it feels really good. I can't wait to like put this on all day and see how it wears. And then this, you guys, I love the shade of this. It's still not dried down. Like, my lips are still sticking together. So that's the downside, but it's like not coming off. That stick. So these are one of my favorite type of videos to film. I love trying out new stuff for you guys. I love kind of getting ready with you. I hope that you use these videos to like actually get ready with, because that is always so much fun when you guys tell me, yeah, I actually do my makeup with you, because I do that with other people when they do get ready with me. So let me know what you think about this look. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments below. Definitely subscribe if you're new here, because I'd love to have you as part of the family. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Is that enough things for you to do? Have I given you enough assignments today? But in all seriousness, I hope that you're having an amazing day. I hope you're feeling great about yourself today. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! I don't know, y'all. I can't pull off y'all. Anything I use... Wow. 3, ow. I am getting so hungry. It's almost lunchtime. Okay, next option is this. This is one of the new Anastasia matte lip. I'm not blah, 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 blah. Okay. The, I love it when I choke on my own saliva. You guys really don't care. I need to do, oh yeah, I was gonna do, what was I gonna do? Really? Like that. Anyway, okay. Bye. 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 Now I get to go eat.